I took it a bit personal though.
Oh, it's meant to be double L again,
Yeah, it's fine, man. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
That, yeah, you look like you're German now.
Like Max kind. See, he's drinking beers out
You look a little foreign, huh?
there. He's drinking beers out there. Max's. The guy's an absolute savage. Absolute savage.
Okay.
Proper hydration.
Yeah, like I went to Irish Pro last September, and like literally Nico and Denise were just drinking beers beforehand. And I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Getting tips from Dan Bell.
Yeah, the Coors Light, right?
Okay, we're joined with Mason Mills, seasoned powerlifter from the UK. Apologies for the mistake in your name there. We're missing an L. We will find that for you.
That's fine.
Tomorrow, speaking of L's, W's, are you hoping to win tomorrow? What's your goal? What's your aim?
So, first time doing ABS, and only second comp I've done in the last 3 years. So, be honest, probably looking for a landmark total, probably around 900, maybe just over. That would secure me 500 plus dots. I'm looking for quite a big squat. Squat goes well between 380, 390. Deadlift between 340 and 350. And then bench will be whatever I need to secure the big total. Probably around 175 to 180.
That's a mad difference between the squat and the bench.
I think I looked it up. So I looked it up. So if I secure 900 total and I only bench 175, we the joint lowest bench ever in combination for 900 total.
That will be a fun powerlifting trivia.
There we go, mate. There we go. I might even do 172 just to be under the lowest bench.
Just out of curiosity, what would that reason be for the bench being low? I know understand with like long arms.
Leverages. So I broke my hand. So when I first started powerlifting, I literally broke my hand. I think it was my right one. So my knuckle was actually sunken up quite a bit on my right side. So for some odd reason, I could squat, deadlift with straps, but any pressure through bench from my hand, I just couldn't. So I just couldn't bench for literally 6 months properly. So my bench is playing catch up, and because my other two lifts are progressing quite aggressively, I'd as long as my bench goes up a little bit, I don't really mind, to be honest.
Would that take pressure off you then during bench? Because
yeah,
you're not really expecting a lot on it. So
yeah, exactly. I'll have a bit of fun. You'll probably see tomorrow. I just chat. I won't be squat in the zone, deadlift in the zone, but bench, I'll be quite relaxed. I can't get hyped over a bench that's 40 kg over body weight, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it really with the bench. It's pretty cool.
Well, I heard a fact. Well, I don't know if it is a fact. You'll tell me. Now I can't say his name, but it rhymes with Rick Beller. He said that you found a magic lamp, you rubbed it, saw a genie, you asked for a huge squat, and you just took 20 kilo off your bench and put it on the squat. What do you have to say about that?
100%. That's fine. It's fine.
Are you going to see 400 tomorrow? Are you going to try for it?
Probably not. That's probably one more comp away. Tomorrow I'm fixed on the total. I want a perfect 9 for 9 performance. So last comp I did, I went 9 for 9. Comp before was 8 for 9. The one before that was 9 for 9. So I've got quite a good track record competing as of the last few comps I've done. So 9 for 9. With a lot of guys here who are quite new to ABS, I can see quite a lot of lifts being missed. So if I build a total, build the formula, then anything can happen really. I'm under no impression that I'm probably the strongest guy here. That's not true. But the strongest guys very rarely win. It's about how many totals and how many attempts you put together, right? So I've got friends who are brutally strong but go 4 for 9. But in theory, if they went 9 for 9, they'd destroy everyone. But same could happen tomorrow. So yeah.
Are you looking forward to lifting to the standard that the judges are expecting tomorrow?
Yeah, so this is only the second comp I've done outside the IPF. So I've done 3 or 4 comps previous to last September in the IPF. So, and this is off the IPF standard, hence why I wanted to do it. I want to get a legitimate wrapped total, and hit 900 for the first time or 900 plus. So,
you competed at the Irish Pro 5 last year.
Yes.
So you're used to coming over to Ireland, the travelling. What does that take out of you compared to doing a domestic comp? Does it play much impact on your performance? Is there certain things that you need to be careful of?
Yeah, so you've got to be careful. So my experience of that is obviously travel out a few days before than you would with a domestic comp. Domestic comp you can travel there the day before, right? So I live in London, so I can travel to any part of the country relatively quick. But as soon as you go international, then you have to factor in fatigue. Like yesterday, I was more fatigued than the day before. The fatigue dropped more. So yeah, so I'd say you've got to travel out a lot earlier and have that in mind for attempts. Getting fixated on attempts. I could wake up tomorrow, fatigue, can suddenly spike, right? Because obviously staying in a hotel, there's so many more variables than when you stay in your own place. Tomorrow I could come in, feel fatigued, so attempts will get adjusted. So I feel as if when you're competing internationally, you have to have far more fluid attempt selections. Probably for the fact that you don't know how your body reacts, because I know it's only an hour's travel in the plane, but it's still, what, 400 miles, London? So it's going to take its toll. And that's another thing as well, because if, like, for example, there's other guys from here who've travelled a bit further, that will definitely take its part. There's obviously, I don't weight cut being like 133 kg. I didn't eat an hour before I come in, that's my weight cut. So like, just to see what happens. So, and again, weight cuts, there's some quite aggressive weight cuts happening. So again, that rehydration isn't as easy as people make out. So that can also play a factor in things as well.
You got to acclimatise for rain.
Mate, it's quite nice weather.
Yeah, actually, you brought nice weather with you. So
yeah, shorts and t-shirts, right?
Just last question in terms of, you mentioned the standard. Is there any different approach you took to your training prep in lieu of this comp? Is there any changes you made?
Not really. I like to think I hold myself to quite a high standard anyway. So my coach is Mark McQueen, obviously IPF guy. So he holds me to that standard regardless of what federation I compete in, what comp I do. I want the squats, benches and deadlifts in the judges' eyes to be undeniable. I don't want any 50-50s, that could have been in, that could not have been in. I want it to be undeniable. So to be honest, standard of my training hasn't changed in the slightest. I had an injury leading up about 9 weeks ago. So obviously did deadlift a bit, had to change my deadlift a little bit, which caused a few things, but apart from that, no, been pretty good prep, to be honest.
Well, wish you best luck. Just before I let you go, you mentioned the lads outside, some big guys here today who are going to be competing tomorrow. I think it's the most, well, speaking with Shane, we've commented on the last 4 ab series. To me, this is the most competitive one, the most open. I can't fully pick a winner. Who do you think will win tomorrow if you had to bet?
So to bet money, so obviously Thick Nick, probably he has the strength again to win. But with Nick, it's which Nick turns up. Obviously, you can get phenomenal Nick go 9 for 9, could destroy 1,000. You get other Nick who could go 4 for 9, total 820. Like you don't know who's going to turn up.
4 is generous.
Yeah. So Nick is obviously phenomenally strong, but like he does have his days and does have his off days. So I'd Nick, and then maybe I'd like to maybe think Eamon. It depends, because obviously his bench with his injury isn't there, but he looks like he's good for a massive squat, probably the biggest squat of the day. And his deadlift, I was chatting to him. I'm not sure what his deadlift's doing, but yeah, I think Eamon's a bit of a dark horse, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know about the other guy, the Italian guy. Filippo, yeah. So I'd probably say podium would more likely be Nick, dependent, or Filippo. Maybe Eamon. My boy Max, if he can recover water cut wise. Maybe throw my name in there, not too sure, depends. If I can go 9 for 9, see what happens. But apart from that, yeah, I can't see much outside of that, to be honest.
What chances did you give yourself for podium?
So, it all depends, man, it all depends. Number 1 spot, like I said, it purely depends. I can't, strength levels, I'm not strong enough to anywhere near what Nick can do, what Eamon can do, but they're both, obviously Eamon is 170 kg. So dots, 175, yeah. So dots wise, like I can probably lift 40 to 50 kg less and still be around about their dots, I think. I'm not too sure. Podium wise, I like to think I'll be in the running for 3rd, leaving room on the deadlift to pull in case I can do that. So the deadlift 2nd is quite conservative. It'll probably be around about 320 to 330. And then if I can pull for 3rd, I'll pull for 3rd. If I can't, I'll just pull for big total. So that'd be that. But I reckon outsider's chance, I'd like to think. I would be disappointed in my performance, so I didn't come top 5 or top 6, to be quite honest. I would be very, very disappointed with that. But yeah, I like to think if people start missing attempts, you might see a bit more reserved, a bit more aggressive attempt selections from me. Might even see a 180 bench.
Well, thanks for taking time to speak to us, and I look forward to seeing how it goes down tomorrow. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Jacks.